Good morning. It's Monday. I just read a pretty deep article about the movements that have occurred across the nation. This woman's movement, and she speaks about where Black women find themselves in this movement. She talks about the feminist fantasy of solidarity, especially amongst white women and women of color, specifically Black women, and how there's a common thread that Black women within these movements stunt momentum, and they do it because of their anger. Also, what was said was they create a mood of hopelessness. It's always amazing to me how when we're represented in struggles like this, there's always this illusion of inclusion, and some people don't seem to understand that there is no solid. So history has shown us that this is, crystal clear. There are always lines drawn in the sand. We can go back to the women's suffrage movement and ask Sojourner Truth how it was for her. A decade after that, a generation after that, talked to Fannie Lou Hamer and this whole suffrage rights. We fight along the picket lines, but then when things come down to it, what rights do we have as Black women? Are there equal rights? Definitely not. Do we still get lynched and hung right alongside our men? Definitely. And that is my qualms with these movements for women. I didn't see much talk about, Sandra Bland. I didn't see much talk about Marion Carey. I didn't see much talk about Tanisha Anderson. These are names that should be forefront in these women movements, and I didn't see that. I realized in my lifetime, and my mother's lifetime, and her mother's lifetime, and generations back, as long as we've been in bondage, the role and the contributions of Black women will always be limited. We're the mothers of civilization, but we will never get that respect until we take it and we separate ourselves and we take it, we demand it, and don't jump on a bandwagon of all lives matters or all women's matters, because we know, and history has proven, current times has proven, that that's not the case. So for Black feminists out there, whose fight are you fighting? That's what I ask. Black women and our hopelessness and our anger should be validated, especially in movements like this. And they're not. And it's sad.